Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Jeanie Ellis and I'm also known as Scrapbooking Mamaw. And welcome to the Sweet Holiday Hop. We have come together to share with you some things that we do to celebrate the treats that we have during the holiday season. More information will be below in the description box, so be sure that you read that. A link will be below for the next person in the lineup for this hop. Now, as you can see here, I have this red tray, and I did get it at the Dollar Tree, and it's not a very light thing. I mean, it's not like real heavy, but it isn't a really feather light thing either, so it seems pretty substantial. Before I really do anything, what I did was clean it off with 91% alcohol. That does not mean it has to be 91%, but that's what I have on hand, because I use it for a lot of other things too. But I want to go ahead and take this paper and I want to cut it out for the background right here. But before I go further, let me move this aside. I want to take this sheet of adhesive paper and I am going to put it on the back side of this paper and have this as the top of the paper. See, I didn't even get it lined up there. Now see what happens when I pull this off. This side becomes the sticky side. Now I need this to be bigger. Now I've already got sticky on my fingers. I don't know how I do these things, but I do. Anyway, I'm going to pull this part off too. And I'm just going to line it up with this piece here. I'm just going to go ahead and trim it off here. And then I'm going to kind of measure the inside of the tray as much as I can. And it looks like it almost fits on the inside. Maybe, I'm not going to go half an inch, but maybe 3/8 of an inch. And then maybe, what I'm doing is kind of pressing it inside. And that way I can kind of follow along the creases. And I know this isn't a scientific way, but I don't do things scientific ways. This has a slick surface to it, but this way, if I want to make use of this for something else, it won't be as hard to separate. So the next thing that I want to do is go ahead, measure, make sure I did it right. This is what's going to be showing, just like this. So now, there's a little strip here. Okay, so the bottom is in, and I'm just going to take my bone folder and go over it. I don't want this to get wet, so I really don't expect it to have to worry about getting water in it. So now that I've got this piece in here, I am going to take and do some cutouts with my silhouette and make some pieces to go in here to use it as the charger, the tray, and I'll be right back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so what I want to show you is the first thing that I'm doing is that I made some crackle boxes, and they will be filled with candy, but right now, of course, they're not because I'm just working on them. And then I tie them at the end. So I'm going to show you, before I show you this piece, I'm going to show you how I put this together. And I'm debating which side I want to use as far as this goes, because this is going to be the trim of it, or this way. And I think I actually like this way better. Now, when I did this off the pattern from the Cameo, I did cut off one because it was bigger than what I wanted. So that means I need to cut off one of these too. So I'm just going to fold that over. Now these will also need to be trimmed once, one piece off. I'm going to stand up closer to my camera, so, all right, now, first thing I want to tell you is that you need to bend, or need to crease all the folds, every one of them. I take my first fold, and I see that it's going to work good there. And that's what I go by. That's how I do. I make sure I got it in right. Because, and the same thing's going to happen with these two. You're going to put the first piece along the fold line to fold line. So you're going to have a fold line here and here. So I'm going to do that. You have here now is your little crackle box, and all you have to do is tie ribbon around it. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. Now my next step is to make this little house to put on my tray, and it's not going to be one that I'm going to fill with candy, because eventually I will be making more of these to use as my centerpiece. But it's got, of course, got all the creases in it that you need. I want to go ahead and burnish these folds down. I was having issues with it, so I did it off camera. But I did get it together, and I'm not using it as a treat box. I'm just wanting it for decoration right now. So what I'm going to do now is put the two pieces that's representing my roof. So I'm going to use hot glue for this part right here. Basically because it's corrugated board. And I'm going to make sure that I get it on there right. I'm going to take this, and I am going to decorate this piece here too. Got some Dollar Tree ornaments here. Of course, I'm not using them as ornaments. You may have to take this part off. a little stand for it, so I'll probably do that. So I've got a bunch of these stones here, and I'm going to see if there's any that I can use to make them look like gumdrops or something on the roof. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to fill the whole roof, but I thought I'd try and see how it would go. Here's one side of gumdrop. So I'm going to let this dry overnight so it can harden up pretty good, and I'll be back to work on it some more. Okay, so I got my little house all decorated up. Let me stand up here. My house is all decorated, ready to go. And so I'm going to set it down here for now. And then what I did with one of the crackles was that I, of course, put the ribbon on. But I had bells that were left over from these trees that I showed you, which were actually ornaments and with a bell hanging, which was very cute, but I purposed it for this. So, and then I put a little embellishment there, strips of the rhinestones of the green on that. And so I've got this one left to do, and I'm going to do the same thing. I think I got two ends of my rhinestone going, two different ends. Anyway, I'm going to start off here where I've got the seam. Had to think there. It's really where I want to start, is right here. That's where I want to start this. And so I'm kind of measuring that out. I'm going to measure it out in one of the other ones because that there kind of gets in the way. And it doesn't have to be exactly. I'm going to cut out 6 of these first because that way I don't have to stop and cut and stop and cut and stop and cut. And if one of them's too short, I've got little pieces that are laying around that I can use as extra. And once you put those on, nobody really notices it. So that's what I will do there. And this Dollar Tree rhinestone ribbon is so pretty. I mean, I really like it. I think it comes out. It really blends well with my piece here. I really like that. Okay, so all I did was take it to the edge. I'm going to kind of move that bell. That first strip there, I want to get a little higher if I can. And then I just press it down, and that's all I do. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of those, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got this one all done, and I've got the little piece here, a little crooked. What would I be without doing it crooked anyway? So I'm always doing something crooked. And I may cut down the ribbon a little bit more, but for now this is what I've got, and I'm going to keep it that way just for now at least. And so I've got my house here, and I've got these 2 trees here, and while they semi-stand up on their own, basically, I'm thinking, no, right, that I need to see if gluing it onto it like a little stand would be better. So I'm going to try that. If it doesn't work, then I'll work out something else instead. So we'll get me plenty of glue on there. think it's going to work. Yeah, I was a little bit worried. So I've got this going, and that will be glued down too, because remember what I said before, this paper, I can pull it off if I want to. Hopefully it won't take that red finish off, but it does. Put more paper on it, or get some kind of a spray that's made for this type of plastic. So here we go again. There's that. I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to go ahead and add the snow scene on here, and I'm going to add the trees. I may put a little glue here and there on these to keep them steady. So I'll be back. There it is. I've got these little trees there to represent gumdrops, those green gumdrops. And these are supposed to be some other kind of hard candies. This is just representation, of course. And the trees, I don't know if there's anything made that a person could make from those that looks like that, but anyway, I wanted to add them in there. And of course, the cracker boxes, are supposed to have goodies inside anyway. So that is my sweet treat holiday project. I hope you enjoy it. It was a lot of fun. And if you don't have a template or some kind of silhouette or a cricket or something like that, you can buy little wood houses already pre-made and do the same thing with this. Um, and you should have no problem with it. So there it is. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, before I forget, these little bushes here, all I did with those is take these pieces, these trees, and I've had them for a long time, and I just cut them down so that way they look like a bush instead of a Christmas tree. So there you have it, all finished. I hope you enjoy this project. Thanks for watching. Be sure you check the description box below and that you go to the next person in the lineup. Bye for now. Many blessings. Thanks again for watching.